The call came in shaky and broken, a young boy's voice barely holding together as fear pressed on every word. He was alone in a cold school bathroom, curled on the tiled floor beside a toilet, crying because something inside his belly felt alive, violent, and unstoppable. The dispatcher heard panic, pain, and confusion, the kind that makes even seasoned operators sit up straight. Within minutes, the hallway outside filled with the echo of boots, urgency tightening the air as a mounted officer and a K-9 team rushed toward a locked door, unaware that what they were about to discover would change a child's life forever. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and people showing up when it matters most, take a moment right now to like this video, share it, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Stories like this exist because compassion still exists. The boy had been trying to be brave. He was small for his age, shoulders hunched, hands gripping his shirt as waves of pain rolled through him. He had felt strange flutters for days, but that morning they turned into violent movements that made him gasp and cry. Teachers thought it was a stomach bug until he collapsed in the bathroom, alone with fear pounding louder than his heartbeat. The tile was cold against his back, the fluorescent lights harsh, and every sudden movement inside him made him believe something terrible was happening, something no child should ever have to imagine. When the officers arrived, the K-9 sensed distress immediately. The dog pulled forward, ears sharp, reading the room before the humans did. The mounted officer moved quickly, authority mixed with care, forcing the door open to reveal a sight that stopped everyone cold. The boy was pale, sweat-soaked, eyes wide with terror, clutching his abdomen as visible spasms rippled beneath his skin. It looked unreal, like something out of a nightmare, and for a moment even the trained professionals froze, knowing this was no ordinary emergency. Paramedics were called instantly as the officers knelt beside him, grounding the moment with calm voices and steady presence. The K-9 stayed close, unusually gentle, pressing near the boy's side as if offering silent reassurance. Every few seconds, the boy cried out as another powerful movement twisted through his stomach, leaving him breathless and shaking. Time stretched painfully thin while they waited, the air heavy with uncertainty and fear of the unknown. At the hospital, doctors moved fast. Scans revealed the shocking truth: a rare and dangerous intestinal condition causing violent muscle contractions and internal pressure that mimicked movement, something so uncommon that many physicians might never see it in their careers. It was not alive, but it was deadly if ignored. The boy's pain was real, his fear justified, and his call for help had come just in time. Emergency surgery was the only option, and within minutes, he was rushed into the operating room as officers stood silently outside, realizing how close they had come to arriving too late. Hours passed in tense silence. The mounted officer removed their hat, staring at the floor. The K-9 lay quietly, as if waiting for a sign. When the surgeon finally emerged, exhaustion etched into their face, the relief was overwhelming. The procedure had been successful. The pressure was relieved. The spasms stopped. The boy would recover. A life saved not by luck, but by courage, quick thinking, and a child brave enough to dial 3 numbers through tears. Recovery was slow, but the boy's spirit returned piece by piece. He smiled again. He laughed. He asked about the dog that stayed with him and the officers who ran toward him instead of away from fear. They visited him later, the K-9 resting its head gently near his bed, the mounted officer standing tall but visibly emotional. In that quiet hospital room, the boy learned something powerful, that even in the scariest moments, help can come fast, and strangers can become heroes. Before we reach the end, please write in the comments where you're watching from and whether you believe one phone call can truly save a life. This story is not just about a medical miracle or a dramatic rescue. It is about listening to fear instead of dismissing it, about systems that work when people care, and about a child who trusted his instincts enough to ask for help. The officers went home that night knowing they had witnessed something rare, not just a strange case, but a reminder of why they wear the badge. The boy went home weeks later with scars he would heal from and a story he would carry forever, proof that his voice mattered. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you that compassion still changes outcomes and courage can come from the smallest voices, please like this video, share it, and leave a heartfelt comment. Your engagement keeps stories like this alive, and your support helps remind the world that kindness still saves lives.